welcome to the channel. I'm Gary and thanks for joining me today for this look at Jeane by the Smiths. Now I have done a few Smiths songs recently and it's not a Smiths only channel by any means. There's loads of guitar on this, there's loads of content planned, there's going to be all sorts of things. But this week it just seemed to be, I don't know, I was down in Salford, my hometown, last week. And there's a great guitar shop just down opposite Salford Lads Club where of course The Queen is Dead, the inside of the album cover was filmed, and I was coming out of the guitar shop and I was looking at Salford Lads Club, as you do, and I always think about the Smiths when I see that building. People come from all over the world actually to pose outside it for photographs and that sort of thing. And I was driving home and then the next morning I woke up to the terrible news that Andy Rourke had sadly passed, and it just it really hit me actually. It's the Smiths were a massive part of me growing up and the music that I love and still love. I've listened to the Smiths quite a bit this week, and in particular I've listened to the bass, because being a guitar player of course I've tended to focus on the guitar, but what a great player Andy was, a really amazing player who added such a lot to the band, almost funk parts, slapping bass in parts, things that I'd never probably listened to before or picked out. And I think I'm sure any Smiths fans watching this, as well as being interested in the guitar part, will join me in I don't know, remembering Andy with greatness, fondness, and thanking him for being, playing his part in such an amazing band who produced some great music that will live on. At the same time, quite a few of the subscribers to the channel have been asking me to look at more Smiths things. I've done How Soon Is Now, I've done Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now, This Charming Man, You Just Haven't Earned It Yet Baby, so check those out if you haven't done already. And quite a few people have asked me to look at Jeane, where I don't think there's as much material on YouTube or online as there is on some of the other Smiths tracks, and it's a really good Smiths song. It's got great guitar part. It's not too difficult actually, this one. It's easier than some, and it's a nice combination of chords and some arpeggio parts. So let's get into it. We'll go close up as usual. I'll work through each part of the song, and if you haven't done already, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. You get to see more videos and content as I put it out, and of course it's free to subscribe in YouTube. It's just a click, but it means that you see this stuff as soon as I release it. Please let me know what you think. Give me a like. If I've only got 400 and odd subscribers at the moment, so already I've done about 3 or 4 songs that people have requested, and I'll certainly try to do that for you. So anyway, let's get in up close and we'll look at Jeane. Okay, so we're in nice and up close now, and hopefully you can see everything there. We're in standard tuning for this one, and I've got a capo at the 2nd fret. So the song is in the key of D, but we're going to play a C shape moved up 2 tones to become our D. I've listened to it a few times. There's not a lot of footage of Johnny Marr playing it. In fact, the one I did find was live at the Hacienda, and it sounded like they'd moved it up a pitch. Sometimes bands do that. I don't know if I'm right with that, but just for the vocals to sing up to it sometimes, if it's slightly lower in the mix, you can get away with it in the studio, but live in a noisy venue, I don't know if they did that with this one. But on the record it's in D. But I think so that the chords, it's like a 3-chord trick really. It's D, A and G, but the positions we're going to use is just a normal C chord, strumming it from the root note there, so that's a D, but it's a C shape, and then we've got a G, so that's sort of really an A chord because the root with the capo is on the A note there. And then we've also got an F major 7, So there I'm just, I've got an open first, I'm holding B1, or from the capo, it's the 3rd fret of the guitar, G2 from the capo, and D3 from the capo. And then what we do is we go back to G chord, so but just on that on the G string, I'm just sort of with my 2nd finger just taking the note on and off there. So the whole thing played slowly, it sounds like this. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Tone-wise, as usual with these Smith songs, I've just got a little bit of reverb through the amp. I've got a bit of chorus, tiny bit of tremolo, and a tiny bit of delay. But it just means that when you play these arpeggio, it just helps them out and makes them sound more ambient. I don't know, it's like, I just think it sounds really great with those single notes, whereas the chords themselves are quite punctuated. You've got a mute in between, and it's quite percussive really, almost like punk playing really. Okay, and that really is most of the song. If you just practice that, get it down, you're sort of 90% of the way there really. It's not the most fancy Smith song, this. Then, so we've got sort of that for an introduction, and then the verse, and you'll notice stroke-wise, strumming-wise, I'm strumming downwards from that root D note there. So I'm doing they're all downward strokes really, to give it a bit of aggression. So it's 1, 2 on the G chord, and then 4 again on the well, it's an A chord actually in a G shape, and then back to our C shape, which is a D. So we've got the verses. So Jeane, your life has lost its appeal, and I'm tired of walking these streets to a room with its cupboards bare. Jeane, I'm not sure what happiness is, but I look in your eyes and I know that it isn't there. We tried. Right here, now when we get to the we tried and we failed, we go into our F major 7. Sorry. I'm taking our first finger off. Into our C chord. So we get this. So I'm just taking my finger on and off at that first fret from the capo. The next time it goes round, so there I'm just, it's just a slight variation. I'm just holding with my pinky the 3rd fret on the B string from the capo. And then playing an open 1st string, just letting it ring out. So that's the sort of we've tried and we failed part. And so the chords for that bit, just ignoring all the arpeggio bits and the fancy bits, it's just going, we tried and we failed. So it's the F to the C. We tried and we failed. We tried and we failed. So, and then at the end it goes, we tried and we failed. We tried and we failed. So that part for your arpeggio, you have to be a bit quicker because you're going between the 2 chords more quickly. So we've still got this pull off on B1. So you're holding down the F major 7 first, and then just quickly going to a C and then pulling off. So like that. So I'll play through the whole thing and I'll sing along as well if I can. I'll try my best to anyway, and hopefully that will put it in context for you. So we'll do the whole verse and then we'll do that chorus part as well. So Jeane, the low life has lost its appeal, and I'm tired of walking these streets to a room with its cupboards bare. Jeane, I'm not sure what happiness is, but I look in your eyes and I know that it isn't there. We tried and we failed. 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 And then we're on to an F, and I'm just with my thumb holding the, it's a G chord really, but an F shape. To a G. Oh, Jeane. So, sorry. So just that we tried and we failed part again. We've got this. We tried and we failed. 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 We tried. Oh, Jeane. And into your next verse. Okay, so hopefully you're following this so far. It's fairly straightforward stuff really for the Smiths anyway. So there's about 4 verses. I've not counted them, but listen to the record as always. Just familiarise yourself with the layout of the track. We've got that lyric, cash on the nail. Cash on the nail. It's just a fairy tale, and I don't believe in magic anymore. Does it think you know? Really think you know? I think you know the truth, Jeane. And then we go to an E minor chord, and it stays on there for about 4 bars. Just not a lot going on with the guitar really, just maybe accent the bass strings, maybe a couple of the open E and B there. And then we're back into the sort of, I think the vocals. Na, 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 no heavenly choir, not for me and not for you. tried and we failed, we tried and we failed, we tried. Oh Jeane. And it just ends suddenly like that, just on the C chord. So those are all the parts to Jeane by the Smiths. It's great fun to play. It's probably one of the sort of lesser known Smiths songs really, unless you're really into the Smiths. It's not the first Smiths track that springs to mind. I love it actually. I've always enjoyed that track, the lyrics, and it's very Smithsy, the lyrics, the sadness of the relationship at home and everything, and I don't know, it's just a great pop song. So I hope you've enjoyed it. So have fun with that one, and until next time, enjoy your guitar playing, and I'll see you soon.